Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Diablo 2. Before I make the cow portal, I'm going to show you what Griswold decided to drop now that I've actually, completed the run. Yeah, Infernal Cranium. I actually would have really loved this much earlier. All resistances plus 10%, 20% damage taken goes to mana would have been beautiful, and the Infernal set is not that bad. It's decent for the Necro, and the belt in particular is pretty nice in that it gives you cannot be frozen. So, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that one. I'm pretty sure it does. I know it's a wand, a helm, and a belt. But it's the sign, the torch, and the cranium. The sign is the belt. So, yeah. Would have been really nice, but let's go ahead and make ourselves the secret cow level as I talk about this build. It is a stupid build. So I'm going to put my opinion out there right up front. It is a very stupid build, but it can be made into a reasonable build, especially if you have access to good equipment. You can turn this into a variety of different kinds of builds. It's a good alternative to Hexer. It's a good kind of, well, right now we're clearing normal cows with poison, but it's an interesting build in terms of what you can do with it. If I had access to better equipment, I could have gone true melee and not relied on some of the poison explosions and poison novas and stuff like that. It would have been more like the barbarian mace run that we had on here. Could have done that with poison dagger if I would have had something like a Jade Tando, or possibly better armor and better shield and stuff like that. As you can see, it decimates these cows. This AoE poison is not to be laughed off. The poison nova build is a legitimate build. It builds up a little bit different from this. It's usually a mix of summoner or the like mixed with the poison nova. It's like a light golem summoner with the nova. You use the golem to distract him, and then you do your whole nova bit. As you can see, we're taking these guys down. This is only on players 1, though. On higher player counts, poison tends to lose its potency because you don't increase or reduce damage. It's just that it takes longer to kill enemies. So these big swaths that you're seeing drop right now would take 4 or 5 novas, so you'd be running in circles killing them. Let's go and get another point of poison nova. Poison nova gets up into the thousands. Poison dagger, I forget how high it gets. I think it's like 3,000 or something like that, possibly higher with all the things maxed out. Right now we have it at level 13. It's not bad. It's 1,001 to 1125. As we get into nightmare difficulty, I could actually get this to a point where I could be pretty damaging with it. The problem is we have a little bit slower attack speed than the barbarian, which makes it a little bit less efficient than the barbarian build that relies on poison and bleed. So it's not as effective as that, especially considering we only have 1 weapon, so we can only deliver 1 set of negative effects at a time, unless we want to switch weapons between every single attack, which is really crappy. But we can get strength, we can get a few different interesting things to go with it, but at the same time, there is a reason why this is on my stupid build series. I did want to show off a poison necromancer, and this seemed like a good way to do it. If I do take this into nightmare, I am going to get a golem, and I am going to focus more on being a proper poison mancer, which involves getting a wand, stepping away from the dagger, because, the dagger, while nice, isn't going to really do us much good in the higher difficulties because the level gap will be too great. It'll take us like 4 or 5 hits to honestly get through the groups of enemies, so yeah, it kind of sucks just a little bit that accuracy is so influenced by character level. Otherwise, it would make it a lot easier to justify going poison dagger. It seems more like just an afterthought skill. They may have been better off making it poison scythe, honestly, and just giving it improved damage, because that would have been more aesthetically pleasing anyway. I originally fell in love with the images of the Necromancer with the scythe because he's the walking embodiment of the Master of Death, so it seems appropriate that there would be a scythe, a harvesting symbol, as his main weapon, not a freaking dagger. But no, this is what they gave us. Poison Nova can be spammed. Don't recommend spamming it. It's a very bad thing to spam, because you're going to do the same amount of damage whether you're spamming it or not. You're just wasting mana. So get the enemies poisoned and then just let them do their thing. Run away from them. Let them run off and die somewhere. It doesn't matter that much. But if you're just doing a bunch of spamming like boop, 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 boop like that, you can get some pretty decent lag going on as well. I don't know why there isn't a casting delay on this. It would make it so much easier for new players. Don't want to go in there because I don't want to kill the Cow King. Let's go ahead and poison these guys on the side. Get some more experience. Not getting a ton of experience from this. I'm better off leveling in Act 5. But... And also, it's easier for me to level in certain parts of Act 5 because those teleporty guys, I can kill so many more of them than cows that, yeah. This, not as effective as even the Poison Javelin Amazon. I honestly preferred that one over this one, and there's a reason why the Poison Javazon is the preferred speedrunning Amazon. It's because it's actually effective. This you have to get to level 30. The Poison Javazon, I think you have to get to 18 to get access to your like last skill, which is the Clouds. And even then, usually you swap off of Poison by then, but whatever. And we've already cleared the cow level. For those of you that are wondering, we successfully have cleared the freaking cow level. So, I suppose I should call that... That's going to be a really short-ass episode. Let's kill some more cows. Maybe we should kill Baligan or something. Prove myself? No. I don't want to kill Baligan because, well, he's a royal pain in the ass to get to. It's not so much that he's hard. Let's check if there's any more cows right there. Nope. I'm going to just run through. Try not to kill anything except for these guys right here. Don't want to kill the Cow King because I do want to return to this in case I want to play this guy through Nightmare difficulty. But overall, my thoughts on the build, it's not as stupid as I originally made it sound. There are feasible branches off of this build, although you are much, much, much better off going with some of the other Necromancer builds for normal than the Poison. You're better off going with Bone for normal difficulty, Poison for Nightmare, and then late game, once you have access to the gear you want, you can go and just do weird builds and stuff like that. Poison is not ineffective. It's a decent skill. It's just you have to have the right amount of points and everything to make it lethal. So, all those guys over there just die. Oh, lovely. And these guys will take more than one Poison Nova to kill because, well, they just have a butt ton of life. Even with just players 1 here. There you go. Another one, and another one, and we finally got amp damage. That's what killed us last time we were here, is we got cocky with amp damage on us, and we got critted, plus hit by the extra strong. I think he was extra strong. I'll have to go back and watch that episode to tell you if he is actually extra strong. But yeah, we got our asses handed to us by a crit for 140 some odd damage. But yeah, things around here, not really much of a threat anymore. Of course, I'm way too high level for this area. So it should come to common sense that I should be just massacring everything. But yeah, this is generally the path I take if I'm going to be doing a Magic Find run. I'll run through Act 3 and possibly Act 5, depending on what build I'm doing. This one I wouldn't go through Act 5. It doesn't strike me as something that's particularly fun to do. Not with this build, at least. With Sorceress, Act 5 is perfectly fine. With the Paladin, Act 5 is perfectly fine. Honestly, with most of the characters, Act 5 is perfectly fine. This particular build, not so much. Because you're relying on just standing there and waiting for all this crap to resolve. All the poison to come off of them. That's the one thing I don't like about Poison, is it's very, very slow acting. But it has the positive that a lot of other builds don't have of being fire and forget. Hey, you are burning my mana every single time I try. There you go. Let's go ahead and get our revenge on Mephisto. Didn't he kill us once, or am I thinking of a different run? Oh, and we got a crushing blow right off the bat. Lovely. Just stabbing his face open. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and I was hoping he would die while I was saying my outro. Come on, Mephisto. Heal over. Give me some more crushing blows. Come on, Poison Explosion here. Let's go ahead and get our armor back up. Decrepify. There you go. Slow you down a little bit. And we'll just stabby you until you are completely gone. And then we'll call it an episode. What do you have for us, Mephisto? Watch it be something good. That would have been good. For those of you that are wondering, that's Hawkmail. I've mentioned it in several of the runs that I would love to get a random Hawkmail while playing through normal, But I'm getting all this stuff after, so it's of absolutely no use for me. I might wear it in Nightmare. We shall see. But keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys on the next run of Diablo 2 Season 3, where we go in with the melee sorceress, and I'm going to start out with the staff, but I'll eventually switch to another weapon at some point, probably. So, bye.